professional yet, I promise you. Okay, we're back. We're back in Middle Earth. We're back with Gerolad the elf. We are at Langless's cabin in Erid Luin, the beautiful Erid Luin, and the apparently very chilly, but that's okay because I have this hat on and this scarf, so I'm basically prepared for anything. God, that face though. It's been a while, so I have to kind of get my bearings again as to where exactly we are. I know we had to come here. We're looking for Aberthal, the presumably kidnapped elf. And we're also dealing with the brothers, the two elf brothers who want to leave Middle Earth. Or one of them wants to leave, the other wants to stay behind. And we're going to see, hopefully, the resolution of that. But I have more quests here to take, so let's see. Kellerant. Kellerant?
I'm sure it will do no good, but may I speak with you?
An elf named Pinglir gave me this beautiful bow, but I've gone and lost it. Or, more to the point, it was stolen from me. The Rangers make a point to stay out of the feud between the Longbeards and the Dourhands, so I was not expecting to be waylaid by brigands out of Kellendur. They overpowered me as I was looking for a good place to practice outside the town and stole Pinglir's bow. The Dwarves and Starkath, their leader, skulk near the walls of Kellendur. I knew I wasn't worthy to deserve such a rich gift. I'm a failure, an embarrassment to Langlass and to the Rangers. So hapless am I that I dare not fight Starkath. Can you go forth and take the bow back from him? Oh, jeez. You're actually training this guy? Really? Good lord.
Come and stay a moment, friend.
What happened to me? I was out hunting bear, and I came across this mother lynx and her cubs. The poor thing was tore up mightily by some Hendravel, and I was just able to grab her before they went after me. I twisted my ankle something terrible, but it'll heal, as will this old she-cat. She left her litter behind her, but we're both so battered to save the cubs ourselves. Both too battered to save the cubs. I'd feel awful if something happened to them, but I'm not. I'm no use to anyone until my ankle mends. Perhaps you can venture up to the den by the standing stones to the north and bring back any of the surviving cubs. I'd appreciate it, and I'm sure the mother would as well. Aw. That's a travesty. I was actually gonna do another one first, but I can't let those cubs stay up there by themselves for any longer than is absolutely necessary. Come east. We must save these poor kittens. By the way, I have still not decided on my crafting professions. I'm considering either woodworking or jeweler. Jeweler seems to be just all around useful, and woodworking, of course, would eventually allow me to craft my own legendary weapon. So yeah, I haven't quite decided. New deed. So, I guess we're going into this den. Oh, come on. Okay, what? You peer inside the abandoned bear den and hear the plaintive mewing of a hungry, frightened lynx cub. The poor thing is scared to leave the safety of the den, fearing attack by Hendravel. Well, that is terrible. Am I the only one that remembers a movie called Benji the Hunted? It was about a dog that got lost in the woods. And in it, there's a scene where a baby, some sort of mountain lion, is eaten by a hawk. Or at least picked up by a hawk, and presumably you're supposed to assume it was eaten. That scarred me. I'm not gonna lie. So I feel like this is sort of a long overdue vengeance on my part. With soothing words, you manage to coax the frightened cub from the safety of its den. Oh. Good work, Beast. We've saved the day.
I am at your service.
There's a precious cub. Let me take him from you and... Ow! Quit your scratching. He's a feisty one, isn't he? Or is it a she? Poor little thing. Too bad its litter mates didn't fare so well. But that's the way of things. Nipping my beard now. Perhaps the wee thing is hungry. I have a feeling that I'm going to have another quest.
Greetings, traveler. Will you stay a moment?
The cub is hungry, but he is too young to hunt his own food. His mother is still all scratched up and in no position to hunt either. Let's see. The only meat I have here at the lodge is either dried or smoked. I think they both could use some fresh, raw meat. Could I ask you for another favor? I wonder if you can find a rabbit carcass for them to eat. If you have trouble hunting a live rabbit, I have a string of rabbit traps scattered in the woods not far to the east and west of the lodge. I'd appreciate it if you would check the traps and bring back a plump rabbit. I'd hate to see mother and cub go without food. You would think I could just go back and get all those bird carcasses and bring them back, and that would be enough. But apparently not. So, are we supposed to assume that I took the rabbit out and immediately bashed its head in? Because that did not look like a trap to kill a rabbit as much as to capture a live one.
At your service, and your families.
This'll do for now, but we can't keep hand-feeding the things, or they'll lose that wild streak that makes them good hunters.
I would be grateful for your assistance.
Now the mother has a belly full of rabbit, but she still doesn't seem all that fat and sassy. I'm thinking that maybe an old dwarf home remedy might do. I've got plenty of mead, but I'm going to need some of the old secret ingredient. Now it just happens there's sharp thistle plants in the area. I need you to go and collect some thorns so I can grind them and mix them with the mead. Anyway, there's thistle plants around the woods north of the cabin. You know, I've had mead before, and I'm not impressed with it. It's too sweet for me. And I cannot imagine adding a thistle flower would counteract that sweetness in a positive way. Well, that's Gundam on itself, huh? Definitely not a surplus of the things, are there? Seriously? Ooh, Dower Hand. Okay. I realize I'm probably doing these quests in a very awkward order, but I'm very concerned about the well-being of the Lynx family. Much more so than of the Averthal character, because I maintain that his case has been overblown slightly.
Well met, friend.
Excellent. It won't take too long to brew this draft.
Greetings, traveler. Will you stay a moment?
Leveled up. All right, here you go. Try feeding some of this thistle mead to the mother lynx. No sneaking sips for yourself, mind you. Don't gotta tell me twice. The mother lynx sniffs tentatively at the fragrant mead, then quickly laps it all up. Wow. It's the circle of life.
At your service and your families.
See? Thistle mead. Good for what ails you. If you're a cat, that is. She seems to like me. Doesn't want to run off anyway. I could use a hunting partner, and her cub's taking a shine to me as well. Thanks for all your help, friend. In a few years, this cub will be old enough to join me on hunts with his mother. Hindravel, beware. I'm not actually sure if I'm pronouncing Hindravel correctly. I would assume I'm not. Let's see. Alright, so what are we doing here? Bring... Bregar is at Dueland, along the road east and south of Thrashy's Lodge. Hologram. Did I miss a quest? Okay, now so this is Thinglier. Okay. Gotcha. Excellent. Okay, so let's go back and do everything I need to do back where I was. Alright. Sure. Alright.
Greetings, traveler.
a very drastic sort of climate shift here, from the pines to the whatever these are, cherry blossoms it seems. Alright, we got trait points. Okay. Fire damage or just tactical damage. I think we're gonna go... Ooh, that's a 5% and that's yeah. Alright. So what is this quest? Now it's found, oh, the sword, right. Okay, so we gave the sword to the ranger, and we're returning the scroll to Rhaegar. Let's see if we can't solve this issue between them.
The sorrows of the Eldar are never ending.
What is this? A gift from Langlass?
Rhaegar unrolls the scroll.
The Lay of Nimrodel? How could Langlass see this while my eyes remain blind? This is the Lay of Nimrodel, and Amroth who loved her. A storm took Amroth's ship out to sea before Nimrodel could join him, and Nimrodel herself was lost in the mountains to the south upon her journey to the haven of Ethelion in the Bay of Belfalas. Neither was seen again.
Well, that's tragic.
Will you stay a moment and learn of my troubles?
What did I get? I got something. Ooh, a quest. Good. We got compassion. It's a good one. Alright, let's go ahead and put that in our virtue slot. There we go. Excellent.
Langlass has indeed done me a great boon by sending this with you. The Lady of Nimrodel is a sad story which has bearing upon our plight. Please bring this scroll to Turan and have him read this passage.
Rhaegar places a mark beside the stanza and hands you the scroll.
If this does not make him understand, then we are fated to part.
You know, you guys could just... He's not far. It doesn't take long just to go down there and discuss this with him. Wow.
Hail, friend, and well met.
Lag. Wow. Okay. Wow. That was unexpected.
My heart cannot sing today.
Does Bricka still endeavor to turn aside my path? The elf's eyes widen as he reads the scroll. And curse the faithless ship that bore him far from Nimrodale. Though it is a sad tale, this was ever a favourite of mine. It tells of Amroth and Nimrodale, their parting and the coming of much sadness to Lothlorien, home of our kindred. Bregar is right. There is much to be done here before we go. I will not carry my pain aboard the white ships and bring it to the west. Thank you for helping me to understand, Garalad. Okay. Well, that wasn't my interpretation of the events, and that wasn't what I was going to suggest, but you know what? Every little bit helps. I'm not going to complain about having more men to help in the fights ahead. Now we are going to defeat foul creatures in Famgalair. Alright. Are we just killing wolves here? And rats. Oh, okay. Come beast. Well, I guess this is all we're doing. I guess I can just sit back and let beasts do all the fighting. Wow. Okay. Well, that was easy. Oh. Place Thinglair's token upon the stone table. Okay. Alright. Ah, shoot. Oh, interesting. I didn't know there were farmlands up here. I've always been fascinated by the farming profession in this game. I've never really done much with it, but I love that it's a feature and that you actually have to come and find the farmlands and you plant crops. It really does have sort of a Harvest Moon feel to it, although slightly more sophisticated. But it doesn't seem to be terribly useful unless you're going to pair it with cooking, which to be honest, also doesn't seem terribly useful. But I could be wrong. I am particularly fond of this settlement. I like the layout of it a lot. I like that it's right on the river with the docks here. The server is a little crowded tonight, by the way, which is good. Or at least this area is crowded. By the way, this is Landreval. I play on Landreval. It's the only server I play on. It's the only server that matters, to be honest. No, that's not true.
May Govanen.
Alright, so I already have better armor than this, so I'm just going to buy these because they're the most expensive. So I can sell them for more. Your news gladdens my heart, Garalad, and I am eager to walk among the ruins as I once did, with the sky over my head and the sun on my face. The cruel shadows cast by the walls will no longer be a reminder of the shadow in the east, but of respite and restoration.
Suilide Melan.
My
Will you
brother-
stay a moment?
My brother Calangil is staying at Dueland, our refuge to the north. Like me, he also strives to restore the old places to their pristine state and may need your help. Follow the road to the high ground above Kellendim, then make your way north through a gap in the hills to reach the refuge. Let's see. I need to clear out a lot of this.
How may I be of service to you?
You know, this would be great. The navy dye for my hat. Considering that I have it on a blue outfit. I forgot I have food. And I have this right here. And a run speed boost. And a rations. Now we are buffed up. Ready to take on some conversation quests.
What can I do for you?
Let's see. I wonder. Let's see. That's all we have, huh? Navy. Rust. That's basically what we already have. Okay. Kalangil, the grocer.
What can I do for you?
So, Thinglair has succeeded in driving the darkness back from Famgalair with your aid? I too have such a task before me, but alas, I have no trinket from Rivendell to aid me. I do know much of the herbs of these lands, however, and can make some draught that should serve to purify the nearby ruins. Would you lend me your aid in this endeavor?
Might you spare a moment of your time?
You have decided to help me? Excellent. There is a draught I know the making of that should cleanse the taint from the ruins of Dol Ringwest. Taint. I have most of the ingredients I need, but there is one remaining herb, a fragrant herb that grows on the shores of the river, running north to south below Dueland. 'Tis a simple matter to gather it, and I would do so myself, but the brewing is at a delicate stage right now, and I must keep a close eye upon it. Would you gather the herbs I need, Garrelad? Everybody always has an excuse. Is there a natural way to the bottom here? Presumably this is the, yeah. Just in case. Damp, fragrant herbs. Huh. Sounds familiar. Oh, this is a great spot. Wow. New mail.
What do you need?
Ah, there, just in time. That last step of the process is to add the herbs you have collected from me. After that, it simply needs to steep for a few minutes and the draft will be complete.
Mind my words, traveler.
The draft is ready. All that remains is for it to be sprinkled upon the grounds within the ruins of Dol Ringwest. I will encourage and speed the growth of the natural vines that one often finds in such places. So much so that by the end of next spring, the ruins will be buried in a great mass of them. In but a short time, they will reduce the ruins to naught but rubble, returning them to pristine nature once again. Oh. To you I offer the honor of this task, for I find now that I cannot bring myself to destroy the place that I once loved so, even in its decrepit state. Pour the draft onto the ground beneath the two towers that remain standing amongst the ruins. Time and the forces of nature will do the deed with no further help from us.
Mind my words, traveler.
My duty to this land will not be complete until the terror that brought ruin here is ousted. Your efforts thus far have been in earnest, and proved that you too desire to see the land restored and cleansed of the evil wrought herein, or hereon. While in the ruins, I would ask that you seek out the leader of the goblins there, Durglub. He is a particularly nasty goblin and should not be underestimated. You will find this creature within the confines of Dol Ringwest, to the west of Dueland. Return to me when the beast is slain. I feel like beast is a strong word. I mean, not that goblins aren't beast in a way, but I wouldn't use that term. Well, that's delightful. If I do join a kin on this character, it will be the kinship I'm already a member of, which is the Mythgard kinship on my main. I highly recommend them to any players or prospective players. Just look up Mythgard in Middle-earth on Google, and we have a lot of good content. Corey Olsen, the Tolkien professor, is a founding member of our kin. By the way, kinship is just this game's version of a guild. It's just a guild with a different name. Sorry about that. I've just been rudely interrupted by a kitten who is going to be joining me for the remainder of the stream. Okay. Did I miss the spot? Oh. There's quite a bit of range on these attacks, which I really appreciate. I guess I didn't expect it to be that good. All right. right. There you are. Ooh, he is a signature. An actual boss enemy. We'll have to be a little bit more tactical with this guy. Okay, nothing to it. You are essential, beast, to my success. System is really struggling today. I don't know why.
How can I be of service?
It is good to know that the threat posed by this creature is no more. I thank you for your efforts there. I will ever recall your deeds on this day, Garelad.
Megovanen.
Thank you, Garelad. It pains me that I shall never again walk among the spires, which I remember from my youth. But better this than to leave Middle-earth with the knowledge that they are a home for creatures of darkness.
Stay a moment.
As Thinglair sent you to me, so might I ask a final favor of you. Our youngest brother has also taken this onus upon himself, and likely requires aid as he has not yet returned to us. If you can help him, I would be grateful. Be warned that the lands of Haud Lin to the north are considerably more dangerous than our domain, and our brother is likewise of hotter temperament, as befits his task in that place. I last saw him amongst the ruins near the shore of the Grimwater, a small lake northeast of the dwarf outpost we call Gondomar. He is likely still there. Well, okay. We got... Very nice. It's not bad. It's a little bland, but certainly not bad. Stats are just beyond superior.
May I help you?
These are not necessary. Sure. Quest is a quest, I suppose. That's it. Another introduction to crafting quest. Okay, so we're done here for now. Dueland has served us well, and vice versa. Probably more so vice versa, to be honest. This looks about right. Alright, so we're making our way to this almost looks like a dam of some sort. I'm sure it isn't, but it's just amazing that I've been playing this game for as long as I have. And I did not know that this was here. I've never been to this fortress right here. I feel like that says a lot about me as a player. Svanir. I recognize that name. This isn't quite like other dwarven structures that I've seen. I feel like there's something slightly different about this. I can't put my finger on it though. Very wide open area. For the scholar crafting profession, you come to old ruins, and these are your sort of crafting nodes. They only show up at old ruins, so it's a very it's considered the most difficult profession for that reason. killed Beast. This is not good. That was not good. Beast. Really, really not good. I really hope I'm going the right way here. Because I'm starting to realize that this is not worth making sacrifices if I am going the wrong way. By the way, this is a sort of condition monitor. I can eventually bind potions because there are 4 basic condition types: your wound, disease, fear, and poison. I think are the 4, and there are separate healing potions for each one that you can purchase from various vendors. And this UI add-on that I'm using, these arches are part of an add-on. And they include that, what you saw earlier, those quick slots, basically, for potions. Can I go in here? There's the commander, okay. That must be the guy. Alright, Jasper, you can't climb on my head. You're going to disrupt the headphone situation. Wasn't it, huh? Is there a hint that I'm supposed to know? Outside the walls of Kelladul. So you're not even in here, Skullgall, or whatever the hell your name is. I have been lied to by my own intuition. Right? Haven't I? I have been lied to by my own intuition, right? He's gonna be outside, right? Nice. So I now have a cat perched on my shoulder, watching the screen. He actually really likes this game. Let's see. Maybe he's around here? Yep, okay. Well. Way to put the training wheels on. I should be using this after Burning Embers. clearly a finishing move. Right. You get loot? Not really. Alright, here we go. Riders of the Apocalypse. Okay. I like that.
Woe to me.
You've recovered the bow from Scarcath. You have my thanks, Garland. I have not much but my name, so my name is precious to me. I could not have lived with the shame of dishonoring Penglear's princely gift.
Well, you should be ashamed.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but will you help me?
I have been thinking, Garland. After all the trouble with Starcath over the bow, I don't believe I am worthy of it.
You think?
Especially since I could not even hold on to it. Please go back to Penglear and explain why I can't accept his bow. He may still be at Duelan to the south of Gondamon. I am a disappointment to my own folk and to the honor of Penglear's gift.
Well, I can't argue with that. Before we do anything, it is time for me to take a step out. So, as per... Oh, that's pleasant. God, I hate the face. As per tradition, we will do... Let's do Sleepy. Look, he's wearing his little nightcap anyway. It is just now getting dark. Sleepy. And I will be back shortly. Okay. By the way, tonight's beverage of choice is Hopsecutioner. It is a IPA made by Terrapin, which is a local brew. It's a Georgia brew, and I am an Atlanta resident myself, so it's one of my favorites. Sitting at a whopping, what is it, 7%? 7.3%. So it is nothing to shake a stick at. I feel really bad about killing that bear cub earlier, but he left me no choice. We may go longer tonight than normal. It depends on... I guess it sort of depends on the flow of quests and the flow of Hopsecutioner. But, you know, it's Friday. And I definitely will not have time to stream tomorrow, so I'm going to take what I can get today. There we are. Pinglier.
How can I be of service?
He feels unworthy. Did Celerant think that I gave my bow to him upon a whim? I did not give that bow idly to the first man I met.
Stay a moment.
Oh well. Celerant bears the blood of the Rangers of the North, and the name of a great hero is amongst his forebears, a man I was proud to call my friend and companion. Ooh, I wonder if that is Strider. Perhaps Celerant is young as men count the years, but then all men are young by my count. I guess so. In ages past, I honored my fallen companion with a sword placed at his grave amongst the mounds of Edain. It may be that the sword can yet be found in that place. It bears the motto Elvelon, or Elf Friend in the tongue of men. Perhaps if you could find the sword, that will convince young Celerant not to spurn my gift. So is this a normal thing for elves to just take items that were originally sort of placed upon graves to honor the fallen and just give them to other people after a certain amount of time? Because that seems incredibly in poor taste. I mean, I guess if you're an elf and you live that long, there's just sort of a cap on this sort of thing, and after a certain amount of time, you don't consider it symbolic anymore? I mean, it makes sense, right? If you're gonna be immortal, you know, you can't just have the whole world covered in various artifacts that you place there to honor some fallen brother of some sort. Eventually, you have to clear out space for the next guy. So I guess it makes sense. It's amazing the things that become issues when you don't die. As strange as that is to contemplate. Right. Jasper just did a front flip off of my shoulder. By the way, if you follow the Lord of the Rings Online official Twitter account, you will have seen a couple pictures of Jasper, because they recently had a Cats and LOTRO hashtag trending, or not trending, but, you know, amongst the community. Now, where am I going? What is happening right now? And Jasper was one of the several cats that made it onto the official account as a retweet. Alright, so we're going to go to Gondamon because these two quests here are slightly above my level. 14 and 15. So we're going to go do the epic in Gondamon and go from there. Alright, Gondamon. I mentioned earlier that there were things called skirmishes, which are sort of short instances that can be completed solo. They take place in sort of instance versions of other areas that are already in the world. And one of them is a siege of Gondamon. So I am familiar with this settlement from the inside, at least. Alright, Jasper, come on. Apparently, I'm not familiar enough with it to find the way in, though. Okay, here we go. Alright. I love this sound. Ooh. That was close, kiddo. I love the soundtrack for this zone, the dwarf areas in general. This is just a really great track, in my opinion. God. Oh, it's atrocious. Lore Master Trainer.
What do you need?
Oh, good. A cure. This is something that I will be able to use in those quick slots I mentioned earlier. And I will also get a Raven companion. Wow. So a Lynx, a Spirit of Nature. Okay. That's a healing pet, I guess. Lynx. Wait, hold on. This is a saber-toothed cat. Oh, wow. Lynx, a Bog Guardian. If you haven't seen a Bog Guardian, there's no way for me to describe a Bog Guardian. And a Raven. Okay. Is there a bank here? Because that would be great. Wow. Lots of quests. Okay. Looks like a no on the bank situation. Let's try this. Bank. Vault Keeper. Oh, wait, there's a Vault Keeper in Kellendem? Seriously. Jeez. Well, I wish I'd have known that. Okay.
Greetings, traveler. Will you stay a moment?
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Where is the... There you go. Gelfin.
Negovanen.
Is it true? Carnivore's son has been taken by the dwarves? This is grievous news, if it can be believed. Goblins are fell creatures that rely on treachery and deceit, and the dwarves have ever coveted the precious things of the elves. Capturing Aberthal might be the first step in some dwarf scheme to seize some of the relics we keep at Dulian and Kellendim. I thought the dwarves had put their envy of our people behind them, but if this is true, it seems they may still begrudge us our relics and things of beauty. I'm really troubled by the reaction to this Aberthal situation. How is this the most reasonable solution? That the dwarves are committing an act of war against you. Ooh. Maximum power, +5 maximum power. What am I sitting at power-wise? 700. No, thank you. Will.
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear?
I will see if I can learn anything from the dwarves here. Matthew Southhand is the lord of Gondamon, and he has spoken openly to me in the past. I will judge his conversation to see if he is hiding something. Do not betray what we have learned to anyone but an elf. The dwarves will surely raise their guard if they gain any suspicion of what we know. This I do know. There is an encampment of strange dwarves to the north of Gondamon. You should go there and seek out Aglarcan. He went in search of Aberthal there and has yet to return. Okay, so he already knew about Aberthal, and you knew that he knew about Aberthal. Okay. Find Aglarcan there. Learn of the dwarves of the lowlands, at least. Learned if the dwarves of the lowlands, at least, have turned against us. Be cautious, for the dwarves may be hostile. Okay.
You may be of service to me.
If whites stir the bones of the ancient Edain, then an evil has arisen in these mountains which we should all fear. The fell spirits that stir the bones of the dead are servants of Angmar, of the Witch King of old, and of the Shadow in the east. I must ask you to seek out this evil and put whatever end you may to it before its darkness spreads. Take this elf stone to Glamir. He dwells now in the ruins to the northeast of Gondamon, at the southern end of the Grimwater. Alrighty. Let's see what else we have going on here. Alright.
Come and stay a moment, friend.
Our huntsmen are skilled, but this year's hunt has proven particularly difficult. What with the cold and the wretched dour hands, I have found myself short of supplies for the coming winter. You can help us by bringing in some bear meat. There are plenty of bears in the wilds around Gondamon, especially to the north. We will preserve and store the meat for the coming months.
I would be grateful for your assistance.
The hunters who have been plying the forest north of Gondamon have come to me with stories of being threatened or even attacked by those backstabbing Dourhan brigands. If you're of a mind to lend us a hand, you could head out there and deal with the treacherous Thinbeards. They need to learn not to meddle with the hunters of Gondamon. The Dourhans have built a small camp to the north of here, in the hills somewhere. You will find plenty of heads to break there, I'd warrant. That dude on the goat sort of distracted me.
Come and stay a moment.
The wind coming down from the mountains makes my bones ache year-round, but even the younger sentries feel the chill when days grow short. We could use more pelts to make blankets and clothing in preparation for the coming winter. There is no shortage of wolves prowling in the wild, especially to the west. I expect you will have no difficulty obtaining some furs for me. Wolves are vile creatures, but at least their fur is warm. Has there ever been a massively multiplayer online role-playing game wherein pelts were not in short supply everywhere? Oh my. Okie dokie.
we good on gear? That needs to be on. How are we on food? Alright. Food. This is a 5-minute duration. Oh, that's nothing. I shouldn't be wasting those. I should save those for big bosses. Alright, are we doing bears? Yes we are. Okay. Sorry, Beast. Just understand that you are now an elf. You're an honorary elf, not a bear. Good work, Beast. Good work. Ringdale. What is Ringdale? Jeez. We will be taking on 3 guys here. Yep. Excellent. You guys. So, we need bears. Okay. So I should stick around up here. Go ahead and take out these sturdy dour hens as opposed to the regular dour hens. And the difference seems to be nothing. I guess he must be on top of this mountain. That's frustrating. Alright. Alright. Will the babies do it? Let's see. Yes, they will. Excellent. Now let's find this character. Alright. Not on top of the mountain. That's good. Glamir.
Sweet lad Melon.
My brother Callinghill sent you. I fear that both my brothers and I have sorely underestimated the depth of the defilement of these once beautiful lands. Even with your help, I am not sure we can do more than stem its growth, much less destroy it. Nevertheless, I am grateful to have your aid. When you have rested a bit, let us discuss what steps we can take to deal with this sorrowful blight. Consider me rested. Oh my.
Sweet lad Melon.
I receive few visitors here at my home of old, but I am sure you did not come to listen to tales of yore. What brings you to these wasting halls? You say that evil wights roam barrows to the northeast of my home. It is indeed well that Gaelthin sent you to me, and with the Elfstone. I have a task for you if you are willing. Yeah, it seems pretty clear. So you didn't know that there were wights in your immediate vicinity? Alright. Oh wow. Those are significant rewards.
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear?
Eastern Howd Lynn is home to some ancient burial mounds of the Edain, the men who lived here in a past age. We have received reports of evil wights stalking these barrows and mounds. Such creatures are mere corpses animated by fell spirits, not the relics of the spirits of men. As such, they are irredeemably evil, and it is our duty to exterminate them without compunction. I do not know why these creatures are abroad in these dark days, but I suspect some working of the enemy. Be that as it may, I ask you to destroy the bodies of these evil creatures, and send their spirits back to the shadow from whence they came. I don't know if that interpretation of wights fits with wights as we know them in Tolkien. Now, we don't know a lot, we just have the barrow wights, but I think they are the spirits of men, sort of corrupted in some way. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's the implication in the books. I mean, there's no reason to assume that has to be the case for all wights, but I think it is at least worth pointing out. But, okay. Haunted Lands.
Megovanen, might you spare a moment of your time?
I have sorry news indeed, Geralad. I have discovered the source of the evil that haunts this place. It seems that in years of Arnor's wars with Angmar, the Witch King sent fell spirits to stir the bones of the dead within the mounds of the Edain. We thought this foul sorcery was performed only upon the mounds of the Barrow Downs and Cardolan, but alas, we were wrong. Wights stalk our lands, and we knew it not. Okay, so... Okay, I guess I stand corrected. But the Barrow Downs? I didn't realize that was a... Huh. Well, please forgive me, Geralad, but I must ask you to fight these horrible things. Try to loosen their grip on Hard Lynn, while I search for a more permanent means of ridding the land of their presence. Okay. Wow.
Is there aught which you need? Will you lend me your ear?
This land has been sullied before by the dwarves and their keep on the hill, and more recently by half-orcs on Crabbe. Now wicked spiders have entered the land, slaughtering the wildlife and endangering travelers. Thankfully, these evil creatures have so far only been found in the furthest northeast reaches of Howdlin, but these lands would be better for their absence. Seek out the evil spiders and drive them from their lairs in Howdlin. Nice. Look at this staff. I mean, nothing special to look at, but stats are good. Web of Sorrow.
Mind my words, traveler.
Talath Ondrin, the region of Howdlin to the east, was once known as the Shipwrights' Grove in Westron, and it is there that many of the famed vessels of the elves were built in days long past. But the corruption that haunts it is now the corruption that haunts it now is much greater than I or my brothers had imagined. Something malignant and evil lurks there now. Something must be done. If you would help me, then seek out the spiders that infest Talath Ondrin east of here and collect the sticky spinnerets they use to ensnare their victims. It will take time, but I may one day discern where these terrors gain their potence.
Come and stay a moment.
You there, perhaps you can help with a small dispute. While I was away among the barrows to the northeast hunting for loose trinkets, I saw an old bony wight wandering about the mounds. Fortunately, it didn't notice me, but the sight fairly froze my blood. Okay. Now, my friend Gouty doesn't believe me. He claims there are no barrow wights out among the old Edain mounds, but he's been no further than the mounds near Gondamon, and those don't seem to be haunted at all. It's only the mounds off a ways to the northeast. You look doughty enough to face down a wight or two. Perhaps you would go out to those barrows and collect a trophy to prove I wasn't seeing things. I will pay you for the service.
Might you lend me an ear?
I wonder if I could trouble you for a moment. A friend of mine, Bercy, struck out on his own to a grove northeast of Kelidur to collect herbs for his recipes. I warned him of the threat of vicious spiders in the area, but he laughed them off. Bercy is a good fellow and a fine cook, but he can be a bit addle-brained at times. My annoyance has turned to worry. Set a dwarf's mind at ease and search for him, will you? I'm sure he's just lost track of time, but still. The spider lair is northeast of Kelidur, but what with those wretched dour hands about, I would counsel you to take the long way around the port. I can't buy the idea of a dwarf hiring an elf to find proof that whites exist to one up one of his friends, or to make sure another one of his dwarf friends is safe. I mean, the idea that he would trust me at all to do this, and on top of that to risk his pride in the matter, is hard to believe. Alright, so we're gonna stick to the low level quests, finish them first. Where are we on the epic? We want to try to keep things in a reasonable order here. This is another area that I've just never been to, ever, in this game. I mean, clearly I'm not missing much, but... You know, it reminds me of the North Downs, which we'll be at much later. But it's like the North Downs with a little bit of snow.
There's one thing that sort of got lost, I think, over time. Okay, I'm doing the higher level of my quest, whatever. When this game first came out, there were a lot of these areas like this that felt bigger than just a quest zone. Like, it feels like there could be Easter eggs or something piled out here somewhere. And I don't feel like that sort of remained the case in later editions to the game. Breeland is especially that way. There's a lot of open areas in Breeland that seem to be pointless, that you can just wander around. What am I gaining from this? I'm not gaining anything from this. Do I want to... Yeah, let's turn around. Try to keep some sort of method to our exploration. I'm basically at war with a cat at the moment. He just insists on trying to knock over everything. Alright, here we go. Wolves. All right. Oh, that's not right. I do not know this area. Here we are. Okay. Wow. Okay. You are well on your way to becoming a hero of Middle-earth. It's time to head for Bree. Oh well. Not gonna pull any punches, are we? No, we're not doing this. Because that is not relevant to the epic story. We will get to Bree soon, but we'll go there as we are led there. Come on. Aha! Excellent. How are we on perks? Alright, we got one more. Okay. I don't have any skills at all. That's just surprising to me. Am I missing something? Not, am I? minutes of that. The heck? You have been found. You will now die. Beast, destroy him. So can I... This is proving much more elaborate than I expected. Here we are. Yeah, no thanks. Okay, come on, kitty. That was not deliberate. Here we go. Let's see. Well, I'm assuming this is a dev. Because they usually do this sort of thing.
Well met, friend.
Thank you for bringing in this bear meat. I will see that it is properly salted and stored for the winter months.
At your service, and your families.
Excellent. Ah, good. This should teach the dour hands a little lesson. You have done us a fair favor, Garrelad, and helped to ensure that Gondomar remains secure over the coming winter months. Let me see if I can find some suitable reward for you. You did indeed.
Well met.
The Dwarves of Gondomar will be grateful for these pelts when winter arrives, Garrelad. Thank you. When winter arrives, what the heck do you call this? It's freaking snowing. Alright, so we now have a staff. Wait. Well. It's nothing to write home about.
Of what help may I be to you?
Fine, Agriclan? Alright, so where are we here? There we go. Everything is much more organized now. And I think we're actually gonna go ahead. Well, we're gonna take this quest first.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
You done good, Garrelad. But there's a whole wide world out there for you to explore. And if you want to start somewhere, Breetown is as good a place as any to start. Go east until the Blue Mountains are far behind. It's a long journey, so be sure to pack plenty of supplies. The Shire folk may be able to offer you assistance on your travels. When you arrive in Bree, be sure to seek out the mayor of the town. If there's work to be found, he'll know where to find it.
Might you lend me an ear?
Stranger, please tarry and hear my plea. My brother Gellier Golden Tongue was a great warrior. Curse my treacherous tongue. I should say he is a great warrior, but I fear for his life. How many people have lost siblings in this area? I mean, we should notice these patterns and seek to avoid them. Though he is a doughty fighter, Gellier longs for peace. Even against the advice of our elders in Thorn's Hall, he felt that there must be a way to come to some sort of understanding with the Dourhands. So he and some companions set out for the great Dourhand encampment north of Gondamon. I think he went to the westernmost of the camps, the larger one. Of course he did. He did not return from his mission. Please seek him out, and if he is slain, return to me with the news so we may seek our revenge on his murderers. You will know my brother easily by his gleaming shield, the great heirloom of our family. So I have 2 quests now to go to Bree, and neither one of them feel natural at all. One of them is obviously just a, auto bestowal. We're trying to push you in the right direction. This one at least has a narrative point to it, but a very weak one in my opinion. I'm really hoping that the end of the prologue is going to push us there in a convincing way, because I really hate unconvincing breadcrumb quests. But that is going to be all for tonight. Garrelad is clearly sleepy, and he's going to rest here among the dwarves, which he will of course sleep with one eye open. Alright, I will see everyone next time.